Hey you guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Yuri and I'm so glad that you are here today joining me. Today what I wanted to talk a little bit about is something that really started to change the way I get to listen more consciously. So I want to talk about two different ways of listening and how that can really impact the way that you communicate with others and how that can really change the way that the other person feels actually heard and they actually feel like they're communicating with you. So there's two ways to listen. There's masculine listening and there's feminine listening. And while sure it might be true, the masculine listening might be more natural to the masculine, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's like the man. It just means that there's a certain type of energy when we're listening that's going to, impact the energy of the conversation and how you show up for that conversation. So let me explain what that means. So for example, oftentimes like I've had people get frustrated in a conversation because, they're sharing and they're talking about something and the other person is, they're listening, but they're like giving unsolicited advice or unsolicited solutions. I have to be really careful with that because I am, in the profession of giving advice. So I've had situations, where I had to pause myself and ask my friend and say, hey, I see that you are sharing, something that's going on. I'd be happy to provide you with like what my thoughts are on that and like what I think could potentially help you, or I'd be just happy to be a friend and listen. What do you prefer? And then in that moment, I've had situations who, my friend would just tell me, I would love for you to just listen. I'm just really looking to vent. And I said, okay, that sounds good. So then I'm able to consciously be there for them and hold that space for that person. And that person feels heard because I'm not offering the solution. Had I been offering the solution, that would have been more of the masculine type of listening. Now, that's really effective if the other person is talking to you and they're actually looking for a solution. And then we call the other type the feminine type of listening because that's typically, what is more feminine, it's more nurturing, it's more, accepting. You're not trying to change anything. You're just really saying, okay, I'm here to listen. I'm an open ear. Like I'm here if you want to just vent, I can hold space for you. And I'm not even going to give solutions because I think what you need is just to be heard, to be seen. And then the masculine way of listening would be if the other person said, no, I really would love your advice. I would love your input. Like, please, like, let me know. I'm trying to like get through this or, trying to look for a solution to this problem. Then in that moment, you get to step into your masculine kind of listening. And, what you get to do is listen and then, check in with them and say, okay, I think what I'm hearing you say is this. Clarify the problem, because the worst thing you can do is try to solve a problem and you don't even understand what the actual problem is. So the first thing that you get to do is actively listen, paraphrase, ask them for clarification to see, hey, is that really the problem that you're trying to solve? Am I hearing that right? And then from that space, offer, some kind of solution. And in that way, you get to be sure that you guys are both on the same page. The problem that's being solved is exactly, what you guys are on the same page about that. And from that space, you can actually come to some kind of, advice giving or solution oriented, feedback that's going to actually help them. So I hope that is helpful. There's the feminine kind of listening that's more nurturing, that's listening and just holding space with no offering of any kind of advice, just to say, yeah, I hear you, I understand. And then the other type of listening, which is masculine kind of listening, and that gets to be more of, yes, okay, like I think I can help you with that. Can I help you with that? Now, this is so important because, I see people getting in trouble, with their spouses or their friends or whatever because, and I've done it too, if I don't consciously check in, they're just really wanting to vent and I try to come up with a solution and they get frustrated. Or they're venting, but they're really asking for, your advice or your help and you're just like listening and not offering anything. That could also be frustrating. So checking in with the intention of why they're venting to you, why they're opening up to you, that could really offer you an idea of which kind of listening that you get to have or you get to practice in that moment, which can be really helpful for you. So that is really it for today. I hope that was helpful, you guys, and I hope that next time you listen, you get to listen and see, okay, do I want to practice my feminine type of listening or masculine type of listening? And I hope that serves you. Other than that, you guys, I hope you have a beautiful day. Feel free to subscribe. There's more videos coming your way, and I would love to stay connected with you guys. Feel free to comment below. As I mentioned, I would love to hear your feedback on this and see if this is helpful or what other kinds of videos I can make for you. Sending you so much love. Bye, you guys.